Yo, it's your boy Six, and welcome back to another card magic tutorial. In today's video, I'm teaching you another self-working card trick that you can do with any deck of cards. This effect comes from the brilliant mind of Aldo Colombini. I've mentioned him before on this channel, and I highly recommend you go check out his work. This effect is titled Family Reunion, and it's a really simple effect that packs a strong punch, but I always felt that it was kind of missing something in the original. So I added one little thing, and that's exactly how I perform it, and that's exactly how you're gonna learn it today. So let's take a look at that performance and get right into the tutorial. And as always, if you're enjoying these videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as it really helps support the channel and it keeps me motivated to keep producing them. Alright, today's cards are elevation playing cards. These are from Emily Slights 52 on Instagram, so make sure you go check out her page. And if you'd like to buy these cards, I'll go ahead and link to them down below in the description. Emily's absolutely fantastic, so make sure you go show her some love. And the cards feature some cool people on them. So there's my boy Xavier Spade, yeah. And then there's Emily, so built into the cards there. So make sure you go ahead and show her some love. That's Emily Slights 52 on IG. And let's get into the performance of this effect. I took out all the jacks, queens, and kings, and I'm just gonna mix them up a little bit like this. Give the cards a little mix, and if the spectator was here, they would be able to cut the cards as many times as they like. You get the idea. So now that we have the cards mixed up, I'm gonna deal them into two piles here, because now the cards are in a random order, and I give the spectator a choice. They can choose this packet or this packet. It's totally up to them. Let's say they choose this one. This will be their card. I'll leave that there for them. Now the cards are going to do the work for me, but before we do anything else, let's mix the cards up a little bit. And I'd have the spectator tell me they can either choose to deal or I can switch. It's going to be up to them. So let's just say they say deal, switch, deal, deal, switch, deal. We mix the cards like that. They get the idea. I can do it again, doesn't make a difference. Deal, 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 switch, switch, mixing up the cards, deal, deal, into any random order. So now we're gonna see if we can use a little process of elimination. If I just take the top and bottom cards off just like this, top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom, and I do this until I am now left with one card. And this card is the Queen of Hearts. But even more amazing is that you stopped at any card, you had a choice, you could have picked any one, but you went with the packet on the right, and it happens to be the perfect match, the mate. So now we have the two red queens. Not only that, we can go a little step further, right? Because the cards were completely mixed, shuffled. You tell me when to deal, not deal. So the cards got completely mixed, but not only that, we also happen to have the red jacks find each other. Not only the red jacks find each other, the black kings found each other, the black queens found each other, the black jacks found each other, and the red kings found each other. All the cards found their mates paired back together. A perfect family reunion. Time for the explanation. So we're gonna take out all the jacks, queens, and kings, and again, you can do this as a no setup card trick. You can just simply pull them out of the pack and arrange them, but they do have to be arranged in a specific order, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's very simple. It's gonna be jack, queen, king, but I want you to notice that this first set of jack, queen, king are all red. Then I'm gonna take out a jack, queen, and a king, and this will be all black, so the suits don't matter as long as it's jack, queen, king, and red, jack, queen, king, and black, and then again, reds, and then again, the black. So it's red, black, red, black. It also doesn't matter. It can be black, red, black, red. It doesn't matter as long as it's alternating red, black, or black, red color. So it has to alternate, and then the cards themselves will be jack, queen, king, all one color, jack, queen, king, all one color, jack, queen, king, one color, and jack, queen, king, one color, and you're set to go. That's the setup. So if you're doing it from a shuffled deck and use, you can just take out all the cards, place them in order, and just throw them onto the table as you do, and you just put them into this order. So now to do the effect, it's very simple. We're gonna do to start at the very least, we're gonna have the spectator cut the cards, so they can cut the cards as many times as they like. It really doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. And then I always throw in the Charlier shuffle that we've covered in the previous videos. Again, you're just pushing over a block off the top, taking it to your right hand. Now your left hand's gonna push some off the bottom as it goes on top of that right hand packet. Now that left hand packet goes under again, pushes a few more cards, and back to the top. So again, your right hand basically stays stationary. You take off the top, then you take some from the bottom on the left, top underneath, just alternating top and bottom, and you are good to go. And that's one way, and it looks like it shuffles the cards, the Charlier shuffle. If you look back at any of my previous videos, I'll probably post a link here. That's a shuffle that we've covered many times on this channel. Because all that really does is just cut the cards. It is the same, it is the equivalence of doing this, right? It just looks like you're shuffling the cards up a bit more, so it adds to the chaotic condition of the cards. And now I'm going to deal a pile onto the table. So I can also have the spectator cut one more time, right? So just give it one more cut, because now we're going to move from this position forward to kind of add a conclusion to that. And now I'm going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, okay? So it's dealing 6 cards because we have 12 cards. I'm dealing half the deck, and I don't want to just spread over and drop the 6. I have to deal them in order to make this effect work. So you deal 6 cards, and you can say we have 12 cards. I'm going to split them in half into 2 packets. And now the cards have been shuffled, the cards have been mixed, and now we end up with 2 piles. Now, would you like this card or this card? And now this really adds a sense of freedom to the spectator, and they get to choose whichever card they like. So let's just say they choose this one. That's going to be placed out over here. And here's the rule of thumb. You're always going to drop the other packet on top. So if they take this card from here, this packet's going to go on top. If they take this card from here, the other packet goes on top. So that is how you remember it. The other packet always goes on top. So they pick this one, I put that card forward, and now the other packet goes on top, and that's it. Now from here, the original method, the original effect, starts the peeling of the top and bottom cards from here and continues with the effect. I don't like going directly from here. Now, if you really feel the spectators genuinely believe that the cards were shuffled beforehand, then you can go right into it. You can just peel off the top and bottom card. You keep doing that until you end up with 1 card, show it matches, and all the cards will match. One thing that I add in before I get into the peeling off the top and bottom card is I do what's called the Paul Curry swindle, the swindle switch. And what that is it's another way of making it look like you shuffle the cards. I like this specifically if you're performing on Zoom or live or even in person, because it really gives people the idea or the feeling of them making the choices. So I could say, I would simply tell them, I'm going to go through the cards, we're going to shuffle them, and you could tell me, do you want me to deal or would you like me to switch? So if you tell me to deal, I'm going to put 1 card like this. If you tell me to switch, I'll switch the cards and deal them out like that. So if you say deal, then switch, and you could do this as an example for the spectator, switch or deal, and just to give them an idea of what's going to happen. And once they understand what's going to happen, then you can go into it, and they get to make choices. When they say deal, you put 1 card onto the table. When they say switch, you're going to take the top card, put it under the next card, right? So I'm going to take the top card, put it under the next card, grab both of these cards, and place them down to the table. Once again, they say switch, I'm going to take this top card, I'm going to put the next card on top of it, just like this. Next card goes on top of it. Take both of those cards and place them down on the table. What is actually happening here, it may look like you're mixing the cards, but you're not. It's the equivalent of simply dealing all of the cards. Let me show you that again. If I were to deal 1 card on top of the other, notice that the second card ends up on top of the first card. The third card will end up on top of the second card. Now, if they said switch, look what happens. All I do is, instead of dealing 1 on top of the other, I'm putting this second card under the third card, picking that whole packet up, and placing it on the table. It's the exact same position. It's still gonna be first, second, third. All I'm really doing is reversing the order of the cards. So it's the equivalent of dealing the cards. And when you deal to the deck, all you're doing is essentially reversing the order. So for this effect, you can do that shuffle as many times as you want. You want to do it once, you do it once. You want to do it twice, you do it twice. You do it 5 times, you do it 5 times. As many times as you really want to do it. You can do it as much as you want, because all it does is just circle the deck, right? And because of this specific effect, the method is irrelevant depending on which order you go in. So I can deal these cards like this all day, and all I'm doing is simply rotating the order of the cards, right? Because the top card now went to the bottom. I can bring the top card back to the top by doing it a second time. You get the idea. To conclude the effect, all I have to do is simply grab the top and bottom card like this. I'm going to peel it. My thumb presses down on top. My fingers at the bottom, I'm using friction. My right hand is holding the deck in essentially a biddle grip. And now I'm going to peel the top and bottom cards and peel them off and just simply place them onto the table. I'm going to do it again. Peel the top and bottom cards. They come together. Top and bottom cards come together. Top and bottom cards. And I keep doing this until I'm left with one card. Now I have one card, and now I can show that this is the Queen of Diamonds. They stopped anywhere, and it show it's the Queen of Hearts. Pause for a second, let this settle in. It's the first effect, and it's very impressive in and of itself after all that shuffling to figure out that these two cards would match. And now for the big finale, all you have to do is turn these cards over and show, look, we got the two red jacks here, we got the red kings here, we got the jacks. All the cards came together, all the pairs found each other, and I think it ends with a beautiful display with all the cards spread out on the table. And it's absolutely amazing. Think about it. You shuffle from the beginning, they cut the cards. You dealt the cards, you went through a shuffling procedure again, they had all the choices, and yet somehow all these cards came together. A really simple self-working effect that is very, very powerful. And that is Family Reunion by Aldo Colombini. I hope you all enjoyed that. We'll see you in the next video. Be sure to subscribe. And that is it for today.
Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car.